Hi, my name is Shivangi and I'm a solutions engineer at Orgzit. In this video, I'll tell you the process to set up the table details for your table in Orgzit. So, let's say I have a table here, so I can access the table details for this particular table by going to the table settings. And the very first section on this page is that of the table details. So one by one, I'll walk you through each one of the table details and I'll tell you what they can do. So the first thing is the name of the table. So name of the table is basically the identity of your table, and you can see the name of your table is being displayed on the tab on your table tab. So in this case, it is 00 sales orders. So the next thing is the description. So in case you want to add some sort of a help desk or any remark or any description along with the table, maybe to make it easier to understand to people, you can add it here in the description section. The next thing would be the record name. So let's see what a record name actually shows us. So I'll just go back to show you that. And here you can see that a plus record button is present to add a record. So the record name basically helps you to customize this button name. So I'll just go back, and since this is a sales orders table, I will select the record name to be order, and then I'll just click on done. And now when I go back, I can see that a plus order button is here instead of plus record. So in this way, you can customize the record name according to your requirement and your table. Now again, let's move back to table details. The next thing that we have here is the title formula. So the title formula basically shows you the title of a record. So when you view a record by clicking on this button, this is your title formula. So this is basically the title of your record, and you by using a title formula, you can customize what information you want to see here. You can also customize what fields information you want to see. You can customize the way it looks, and you can customize everything about it. So here, what I've done is I've set the title formula to be the sales order number, plus I have added a space and then the customer name. Here you can see that the field names that I've added are not exactly the field names, so these are the normalized field names. So where can I find the normalized field name for any data field? So you can just move down to the table field section, and here, in case I want to access the sales order number, I will use this name actually, which is the normalized field name. So anywhere if we are writing a formula in any place in the Orgzit workspace, we always use the normalized name and not the field name actually. So I've added the normalized names and I've added a space, and that is what we see on the title of a record. Now the next thing that we have here is the order by. So order by basically, by using order by, you can basically set the order in which you want to view your records. Maybe in ascending order of an ID or descending order of an ID. So to do that, you can just click here and you can choose the field by which you want to sort it. So in case you want to sort it in ascending order of ID, you can choose this ID. And in case you want to sort it in descending order of ID, you can choose minus ID. So here I've chosen minus SO date. So basically the latest date of the last sales order date would come on the top and so on. So you can also set multiple fields to order by a particular record. Okay. So the next thing now that we have here is search fields. So what are search fields? By use of search fields, search process in a related table becomes very easy. So let's say I have assigned the search fields as customer name, dealer, customer address. So what does it help me to do? So let's say I'm in a related table. So for sales order, my sales order items table is related to this table. So I'll go to that and I will click on plus sales order item. Now when I'm basically entering the sales order, I can search by the customer name, which I've specified to be my search field. So in case I just mention a name, it will search this field and give me the appropriate sales order name that I want to have here. So you can specify the fields which you want to have in your search in a related table. Now the next two things that we have here are again very important, which is the default view and default filter of your table. So whenever you open up a table, it opens to the default view and with the default filter applied on it. So you can choose a default view for your table. So in case you have 4 or 5 different saved views, you can choose any one according to your own requirement as the default view. So I'll just look at the saved views, and I have these many saved views in my system. So I'll choose this Kanban view to be my default view. Now every time I open my table, it will open to this table view. Now you can do a similar thing with a filter. So let's say I don't want to see all the records every time when I open the table. I want to look at some filtered data. So I can also apply a saved filter as my default filter. So let's say I want to see all the orders that are ready for dispatch every time I open the sales order tables. So I can set that saved filter as my default filter and click on submit. So by using all these table details, you can basically set up your table the way you want and the way it is required, the way it suits you the best. And you can change these at any point of time whenever you want. But do remember that you need to have an administrator or a manager access level to configure anything from these table settings or to even to access them.